My beloved child, do not turn away now. In this very moment, I call you to awaken. Each heartbeat echoes my promise, and every second brings you closer to a transformation only I can ignite. Stay with me until the end, for I am about to unveil secrets of hope and eternal purpose that will forever change your destiny. Your salvation and joy await. Do not let this divine opportunity slip away. I see every aspect of your life, and I understand how easily anxieties and diversions can arise, subtly drawing your mind away from the solace and rest that your soul longs for. Still, I am asking you to grant me your unwavering attention at this moment, because what I have to impart to you is more precious than any worry that crowds your thoughts. What I share with you flows from an unfathomable depth of love, a love that surpasses every expectation, and I long for these words to sink into the innermost chambers of your heart, offering renewal and strength. Let yourself rest here in my presence, surrendering each care, each weight you have been carrying, so I can address the very depths of your being. In this sacred pause, let everything else fade into the background, trusting that when you return to life's demands, you will do so revitalized and more fully anchored in peace. I promise comfort beyond human understanding, hope that defies any bleak circumstance, and a tangible reminder that you are profoundly loved and never alone. I hear you when you wonder how you truly feel, in those quiet moments where you question your own heart's needs and the shape of your deepest desires. I notice every hesitation, every internal debate, every flicker of confusion that stirs as you grapple with understanding the swirling emotions inside you. I see the restless shadows of worry, anxiety, and sorrow that approach your heart, attempting to find a foothold in your life and hinder your joy. But I am here, drawing nearer right now, extending gentle reassurance to bring calm to the turbulence in your spirit so you can breathe in renewed faith. Let me breathe fresh life into your weary soul, filling every corner that feels desolate with the essence of hope and quiet certainty. Let me carry the heavy load from your shoulders so you can feel the tranquility that my presence alone is able to provide, like a protective shield enveloping you. Whenever you choose to linger with me, you welcome my healing light into your deepest hurts, and step by step, I illuminate a path to peace that surpasses all you have known. Anytime you linger with me, your heart opens a bit more to the peace I have lovingly prepared for you, a peace beyond anything you have ever experienced in the material world. Offer me your heart, so precious in my sight, because each longing and each sorrow within it matters infinitely to me, more than you can comprehend. Let me hold it with the gentlest care, like the most delicate of treasures, for I want nothing but to restore, uplift, and encourage the fragile parts of you. When I speak, I do so with unwavering truth, never to mislead, never to break a vow, but to guide you into wholeness and clarity. My words radiate light and healing. My voice brings restoration to the cracks and fissures in your soul that you believed were too deep to ever mend. Throughout the endless timeline of ages, I have stood firm in my faithfulness, and I remain steadfast in this covenant of love that cannot be shaken. I am the same one who formed galaxies in the vastness of space, parted raging seas for my beloved, and breathed life into the dust to create beauty and purpose. Now, I extend the same power to you to renew your mind that hungers for truth and to rekindle hope when despair seems too familiar. Come to me first thing in the morning, before the clamor of the day floods your senses, and discover in my presence a wellspring of delight that will sustain you through both trials and triumphs. I love you. Let this truth settle, saturating your heart with an indescribable warmth, softening every hardened corner, and reigniting every dream you thought had been extinguished. This love is neither distant nor superficial, nor is it conditional upon your performance, but instead it is lavish, boundless, and personal, designed to meet you in every unique detail of your life. It is a steadfast love that remains when everyone else leaves, a love so patient that it lingers through every doubt, waiting for you to acknowledge its power. Perhaps you have heard these words countless times, and maybe you have allowed them into your mind but not your heart. Still, I invite you to believe again, to feel their weight and beauty. I am your creator, the one who fashioned your soul to be a vessel of love, grace, and compassion, woven intricately to reflect my own heart in the life you live. When I declare, I love you, I mean that I accept you in your entirety, that I cherish the uniqueness within you, that I guide you on paths of purpose, forgive your missteps, and celebrate every noble spark in you. Grant yourself permission to absorb this truth again, to rediscover what it means to be wholeheartedly and unrelentingly loved by me, free from the condemnation the world sometimes imposes. You are never overlooked, never lost in the crowd, never dismissed or forgotten, for my eyes watch you with constant affection and interest. Not ever will I lose track of you or cast you aside in your moments of confusion or pain, not even for an instant in the midst of life's frantic pace. My unwavering gaze remains upon you, and my caring hands hold you, offering stability like a rock amid raging waters. Even when the challenges of life or the silence of loneliness tempt you to think no one sees your pain, I stand unmovable at your side, declaring that you matter deeply. Within my everlasting embrace, you are shielded from ultimate harm, guarded by love that does not break under pressure. I long for you to walk forward with confidence, assured that your path is secure, because I carefully watch your steps, devoted to every detail of your well-being. No matter how many uncertainties lie ahead, no matter how many crossroads or uncharted roads, you can trust that I see each potential danger and each opportunity for growth. Each new morning is a personal invitation from me, calling you to sense my presence afresh, to breathe deeply of my peace, remembering that you are surrounded by love beyond measure. Though you may not always see my hand at work, rest assured that I labor tirelessly for your good, present, and active in the hidden fabric of your life. Your voice, lifted to me in moments of prayer or quiet reflection, brings me deep delight because it signifies a heart inclined toward communion. When you begin the day with gratitude instead of fear, you open channels for me to pour out blessings and clarity beyond what you expect. You have discovered how I treasure your prayers, how I honor the petitions you lift up for the people you hold dear, carefully listening to each word, each cry, each hope. I promise I will always respond in ways that will ultimately bless you, though sometimes my answers might seem delayed or appear in forms different than you anticipated. I delight when you intercede for your family, for I designed the bond of kinship to be a reflection of my eternal family, where love and connection transcend mere duty. Human relationships mirror divine fellowship in every gesture of kindness, and whenever you pour compassion into the lives of others, your heart resonates with mine. I want you to remain anchored in what endures eternally, not in fleeting pursuits that fail to satisfy, and not in shallow distractions that leave a void. Keep bringing your heart's concerns, keep believing that I hear you, and keep holding on to the truth that I care more about you and your loved ones than you can possibly fathom. When trouble looms large and every path seems blocked by walls too tall to climb, run toward me with unguarded trust, for I have a vantage point you do not see. I offer solutions you might never anticipate on your own, because I see beyond the constraints of time and space, and my creativity knows no bounds. I do not wish you to live shackled by a tempest of anxiety, battered by waves of stress until your spirit breaks. If you have placed your faith in me, remain assured that I will never fail you, even if your circumstances paint a different picture at first glance. The future may appear uncertain, enveloped in a haze of questions, but my words stand as a solid foundation that cannot be shaken. Recall every declaration I have made over your life, every prophecy of hope I have whispered into your heart. Guard these truths in the private vaults of your spirit. Let each promise gleam like a lantern, illuminating the darkness of doubt, guiding your steps through the valleys of indecision. Reflect on the times I have delivered you from dangers beyond your ability to handle, from forces greater than your own strength. In those darkest moments, I demonstrated my power and orchestrated miracles that defied your understanding. That same divine power is available to you right now, unaltered by the passing of seasons, unstoppable in its resolve to help you. Surrender your fears to me, each one, naming them if you must, releasing them into my capable hands with the humility of a child. Relinquish the burden of trying to untangle every problem on your own, for such effort drains your spirit and blinds you to my intervention. Trust me to perform wonders for you, to break the chains you thought were unbreakable, and to open doors you never even imagined existed. I already hold the answer to every worry, every unspoken doubt that nags at your mind, every hidden sorrow you've locked inside. Come to me in faith, bring your worries, your dreams, your unresolved aches, placing them at my feet where compassion and omnipotence meet. Day and night, my watchful eye remains on you. I do not slumber or become inattentive like human caretakers might. No power, no oppression, no calamity can pluck you from my grasp. You are sealed in love more potent than any worldly force. Despair has no legitimate claim on your soul, because my love has declared you free, beckoning you to live beyond the confines of hopelessness. I desire for you to know the liberating joy that comes when you realize you are safe enough to dance, to laugh, to celebrate life without fear. I notice each tear that falls from your eyes, each sigh released in a moment of exhaustion or hidden sorrow. I see when you bow your knees in reverence, lifting pleas to heaven for the people you hold most dear, often forgetting to ask anything for yourself. Your willingness to place others first, your gracious gratitude in the midst of storms, profoundly touches my heart and moves me to act on your behalf. Every moment you spend offering praise and thanksgiving, even when your circumstances seem bleak, ascends to me like a precious and fragrant offering. I treasure your humble heart that does not demand recognition, that loves simply, and that gives freely without expectation. Because of your faithfulness, I am opening doors for you that no one can shut, doors leading to opportunities tailor-made for your growth and calling. I am weaving a plan that extends far beyond your immediate desires, revealing blessings that may surprise and overwhelm you with awe. Even when you do not articulate your needs, I have decreed to honor you because I see the devotion, sincerity, and kindness that shape your soul. Do not be alarmed if certain obstacles appear insurmountable at first glance, as though formed to halt your progress. I hold your destiny in hands that fashion constellations, and my power surpasses every mortal limitation or intimidating blockade. You will reach the goals I have divinely planted in your heart, the aspirations I stirred within you before you recognized them as dreams. No individual, no circumstance, no malevolent force can rob you of the good gifts I have reserved for you. Stand firm in authentic faith, refusing to let doubts erode the confidence you have in who I am. Seek me each morning as a child seeks a parent, allowing praises and gratitude to spring from your lips, shaping the atmosphere around you. Reject the negative voices that try to snuff out the flame of possibility I've ignited within your spirit, for they cannot stand against genuine faith. Train your perspective to notice the abundance of grace and opportunities surrounding you daily, instead of fixating on obstacles. I bestow upon you supernatural discernment and wisdom, enabling you to see far beyond the horizon of the present moment. I long for you to perceive the richness of my goodness and the perfect intricacy of my plans for your life, each thread woven with love. I am fully aware that you have endured several painful events, heartbreaks that have left emotional bruises difficult to articulate. It can feel baffling when suffering persists, and you might ask why your prayers seem unanswered or delayed in their fulfillment. However, trust that no lasting harm will conquer your spirit. I will not allow shame to dominate your story or overshadow your worth. You will prevail over every plot formed against you, and every threat must eventually bow to my sovereignty and depart. Now is the hour to walk bravely, recalling your genuine identity as my beloved child, bearing a resilience the world cannot extinguish. You are not alone, nor will you be forsaken in this conflict, for my presence stands guard, and my angels watch over your path. Nothing in the expanse of heaven or the depths of the earth can truly defeat you as you dwell under my covering of protection. I shaped you to triumph in all realms of life, for you are fashioned to reflect my victory and my strength. Never label yourself a failure or dwell in that notion. You are not defeated, nor will you ever be, if you draw upon the faith I have granted you. Mountains may tower ominously, but by the faith and authority I have placed in you, they will become plains, and you will stand victorious atop them. Speak with unwavering conviction. Pour out your prayers without a shred of doubt, for I listen attentively and act according to my perfect wisdom. Yes, I acknowledge the profound sorrow that weighs on your heart concerning certain family issues, fractures that linger unresolved. Sometimes the most potent route to healing arises from choosing a season of stepping back, releasing control, and allowing me to work in places you cannot reach. It is not only permissible, but healthy to embrace quiet, to lean into contemplative prayer, and let my spirit apply a gentle balm to unseen wounds. You were never intended to remain in unending grief, shackled to the relentless pain of the past. I created you to savor life to the fullest, brimming with passion and wonder, not merely enduring, but flourishing. Tears and struggles are indeed part of the human journey, yet they do not define your destination or your ultimate worth. In your weakest moments, when you believe you have no strength left, I come alongside to lift you, carrying you forward through the storm. I designed you for victory, not for a fleeting, hollow victory, but for a transcendent joy that outlives every trial. Your heart carries a purity that resonates with heaven. Let me fan that spark into a warming flame that rekindles your hope. I want to see your smile blossom once more, illuminated by a deep-seated joy that is rooted in your relationship with me, rather than fleeting circumstances. You belong to me, my treasured child, my living testament to the depth of my love, and my co-heir of divine grace. I have orchestrated wonders in your life, each miracle a testament to the extent of my concern for your wholeness. I will continue doing marvelous works for you, not because of any merit-based system, but simply because you are infinitely cherished, and I delight in blessing you. Repeatedly, I have whispered to your heart that discouragement has no rightful place in the destiny I have laid out for you. There is no domain left for retreat, no reason to shrink back when I have called you forward. You are my arrow that cuts through the fiercest gusts, forging paths in wilderness places, claiming ground I have promised you. I am unveiling a sharper vision of your calling, inviting you to see the grand tapestry that spans beyond your personal narrative. You are not merely a solitary individual. You stand as a vital link in a lineage that transmits blessings across generations yet to be born. Do not be discouraged if at this junction you feel overlooked or undervalued by the world's fleeting standards. Do not lose heart because of the blows you have sustained, those painful strikes that seem to come unexpectedly. Everything, even the setbacks, holds a greater purpose in my overarching design, for I orchestrate all elements for ultimate good. Your posture, your belief system, your perspective on hardship, these shape how high you will rise and how steadfastly you will endure. When fatigue settles in your bones, feed upon my word, allowing its living truths to replenish your energies. Bow in prayer when the weight feels too heavy, and a fresh wave of spiritual power will envelop you, granting you resilience you cannot muster alone. Lift your eyes to the sky in awe, acknowledging the paradox. I dwell in unapproachable glory, yet I also reside intimately within your heart. My blessings do not stand far off. They hover close by, waiting for the moment you set your faith fully upon me. Whatever formidable mountain of problems towers before you, trust that its decline has already begun in ways imperceptible to human logic. Raise your voice to declare my faithfulness. Do you trust me deeply? Do you love me wholeheartedly? If your response is yes, then prepare to witness the profound works I shall accomplish for you, feats tailored to confirm my loving power. I present 3 invitations to lead your soul into a place of rest so profound it transcends the chaos of your circumstances. First, give. Give me your entire heart, without the baggage of anxiety or the reservation that fear tries to impose. My intention has never been to inflict harm or revel in your distress. Rather, my plan is to see you flourish, to shower you with kindness, and to infuse your life with overflowing joy. Yet I can only do so in the fullest measure if day by day you commit your heart entirely to me, trusting that I hold your best interests with parental affection. Doubts may batter you like relentless winds, and spiritual battles may erupt, but my written word stands as a fortress of stability for your faith. If you anchor your life to it, letting it guide you rather than drifting with the world's shifting viewpoints, you will remain unshakable amid every test. If you choose to yield only fragments of your being to me, your foundation will be incomplete, prone to fissures when storms rage fiercely. You do not have to endure such turmoil, wandering from one confusion to another. Trust wholly in my unwavering devotion. Have faith that I am loyal to you through every season, so that each trial no longer undermines your faith but strengthens it. Choose right now, this very day, to commit your life and your future into my hands forever, stepping into a new chapter of fellowship with me. From this vantage, each morning becomes an open invitation for us to walk together, heart linked to heart, sharing both the everyday joys and the mysteries of eternity. There's so much more awaiting you than your mind can conceive. Blessings yet unborn, each poised to appear along the path of obedience. You will see blessings sprout that bring restoration, deeper unity, and a grand sense of purpose for your family, chasing after you wherever you go. For those who stand firm in my purpose, there is never a final defeat, only a continuous progression from victory to greater victory, culminating in eternal life beyond your wildest imaginings. Second, I invite you to wholehearted gratitude. Pause to reflect on your blessings, some clearly visible in your present, others hidden in the seeds you have planted, and still others waiting in the wings to surprise you. Consider the small joys that glow like fireflies in the dusk of your daily life. A friend's encouraging word, a child's laughter that brightens the atmosphere, the comforting presence of a loved one, or the palette of colors painting the sky at sunrise. Each of these is a small signpost of my care, reminding you that you have reasons to persevere, even when life's road feels barren. Even when you feel you have nothing left, never forget that gratitude wields an incredible power, shattering the illusions of scarcity and loneliness. Thankfulness strips away the veil that keeps you from noticing the quiet wonders that surround you, unveiling hidden treasures of promise and renewing hope like a warm dawn chasing the cold night away. An authentic heart of gratitude can break the shackles of despair, cleansing the window of your perspective so you can appreciate not only what has been done, but also what I stand ready to do next. Let every breath become a prayer of thanks, when the sun shines in your favor, and also when tears blur your vision and weigh heavy on your cheeks. This simple act of genuine appreciation can spark miracles, turning ordinary moments into revelations of my presence. It reorients your focus back to me, the source of every blessing, and prepares your heart to receive still more. A thankful spirit is fertile ground where vibrant faith takes root, blossoming even in adversity, bearing the fruit of unshakable confidence in my goodness. Third, share this message of hope with others. People all around you may wear smiles or project a facade of laughter, yet their souls may be burdened by silent battles, sorrow, or desperation. They might be tottering on the edge of giving up, longing for a single spark of encouragement to carry on another day. Extend to them the same love you have discovered in me, the unwavering love that has transformed your life from within. Tell them how my presence can bring peace in the most unexpected hour, how my words can soothe anxieties and mend hearts once thought irreparable. Show them the compassion, generosity, and forgiveness that have their wellspring in my enduring love. As you pour out kindness, you will find yourself enclosed by a circle of blessing, a current of peace and prosperity returning to you. In this way, your life not only receives grace, it becomes a conduit of light, bridging the gap for others who wander in darkness. You need to know I heard the prayer you offered last night, the one wrapped in tears of both yearning and exhaustion, spoken just before sleep finally overtook you. In your vulnerability, you felt the sting of uncertainty. Your mind nodded with speculation about tomorrow's difficulties. You asked, almost in a whisper, for courage, for strength, and for a calm spirit to face whatever storms awaited you in the coming dawn. Observe yourself now, arising to a new sunrise, breathing in a tangible sense of renewal, standing taller than you did yesterday, better prepared to confront what once made you tremble. The fear that once dictated your responses is now replaced by a quiet but resolute faith, that tremor of cowardice traded for a boldness anchored in trust. You used to quake at the slightest hint of adversity, feeling as though the ground beneath your feet was never firm. But see how you rise now, standing firm, resolved to conquer each challenge, fueled by the conviction that I walk by your side. Keep forging ahead, unwavering in the knowledge that your story is woven with threads of endurance and triumph. I placed within you a fierce longing to transcend limitations, to soar above the obstacles that once dominated your landscape. Recognize the evidence of my power at work in you, for the strength that has carried you to this moment comes not from mere human determination. Even if an army of giants seems to form a barrier, they cannot outmatch my might, for I stand guard over your destiny. Yes, your trials may appear vast, but remember, none is greater than the one who stands unmovable beside you, faithfully guiding every footstep. I vow never to forsake you. My promise stands through the storms of every season, unbroken by time or hardship. Shift your perspective now. Lift your eyes from fixating on the magnitude of your problems and settle them upon me, the author and perfecter of your faith. Let your thoughts dwell on my promises. My word is a fortress built on truth, a refuge of solidity in a restless world. When my truth takes root in the soil of your heart, fear finds no place to spread its roots and flourish. My presence in your life stands as an unbreachable citadel, shielding you from every weapon formed against you. Victory is assured, for I am your champion, leading the charge before you, scattering threats in your path. Your role, beloved, is to remain steadfast, trusting with every fiber of your being, allowing my love to fill you with a boldness that refuses to yield. Return to me at the close of each day, letting the hush of night become our meeting place, where you recount your joys and your struggles. Speak with me once more, unguarded in your honesty, as the stars overhead remind you of my vastness and my attention to detail. I will replenish what has been drained by the demands of the day, renewing your strength with a divine supply that the world cannot replicate. I will pour fresh encouragement into your spirit, ensuring that discouragement has no fertile soil to take root. In recognition of your faithfulness, I grant a special blessing, tailored to the chambers of your heart that yearn for refreshment. Go forth, my beloved, with the full empowerment of my spirit as your companion, unshaken by the battles you might face. Though external pressures rise and intensify, let your inner being remain anchored, unmovable, for my love solidifies your core identity. My love establishes your worth beyond mere metrics, and my promises light the steps on your journey, ensuring you walk securely. With them, you will finally perceive that with me, truly nothing stands beyond possibility. No boundary remains unbreakable. Let trust guide your decision, rather than urgency born of fear or swayed by raw emotions. I orchestrate all things with flawless timing, weaving an intricate dance of events designed for your good and my glory. I align circumstances so that in the perfect moment, you will have no barrier to receiving my favor. and each obstacle will become a stepping stone. Until that exact instance, I am teaching you the beauty of patience, encouraging you not to sprint into choices that could anchor you to regret. Resist the impulse to dash ahead without my counsel, for in stillness and communion, I grant wisdom that cannot be found elsewhere. Some decisions must be bathed in prayerful reflection to avoid newly forged chains of debt or illusions that promise freedom but result in bondage. I see your heart, how easily it can be swayed by the voices of your environment, each claiming to know the path best for you. Listen intently for my voice, steady and clear, guiding you around pitfalls that are not always visible to human eyes. I assure you, child, I will help you. Just hold on a little longer, and you shall witness my unmistakable touch, rearranging every detail. Exercise caution around entanglements that can hinder your future, for I would have you walk free, unencumbered by unnecessary shackles. Very soon, your life will glow with the luminous brilliance of my grace, shining in ways you never thought possible. I am dismantling every chain that keeps you from living abundantly, every barrier that constricts the fullness of who I designed you to be. Together, we will forge a new path, one where your reliance rests on me alone, free from illusions that once enticed you. Guard these plans quietly in your heart for the present, lest you share prematurely and face doubt or ridicule from those who do not see my hand. There will be those who recall your past failings and remind you of dreams built on faulty foundations, wiped out by storms of disillusionment. But that was then, and grace ushers you into a now where you build upon the solid bedrock of my enduring truth. You lost time before, pouring energy into endeavors I did not lead, permitting discouragement to drain your passion. Yet, a new season is dawning, where I have renewed your spirit, and as you place your confidence in me, you will witness unimaginable prosperity in your efforts. Doors that were never visible will open wide. Solutions that seemed implausible will unfold under my sovereign orchestration. With my favor draped over your life, even those in positions of authority will display kindness, and adversaries will find their intentions dissolving. Some will be utterly astonished at the radiance of grace emanating from your life, unable to deny the divine imprint upon you. Do not fear the intentions of humanity, for mortal plans cannot withstand the shield of my protecting hand. Stand faithful in your devotion to me, and I will clothe you in honor, integrity, and a light that draws others toward truth. No person, no group, no scheme will prevail against a child who keeps their gaze fixed on my holiness and adheres to my loving commands. Should any conspire with ill will, they will scatter like dust in the wind, powerless to execute their designs. Others, perplexed by the unwavering fortress around you, will depart unexpectedly, not wishing to confront the presence that envelops you. While turmoil may whip at the edges of your life, within the boundaries of my refuge, you will experience a serenity that defies worldly logic. For I am your forever companion, leading you from triumph to triumph, weaving redemption into every thread of your journey. My word alone holds the power to heal your deepest wounds, to restore what was shattered and bring wholeness where brokenness lived. The supernatural essence flowing from my lips carries the very potency of life, stirring hope in despairing places. I see how sometimes you shrink back, feeling undeserving or apprehensive about inviting me fully into your home, your routines, and your innermost heart. Yet understand that your humility and faith attract me more than grand gestures or hollow rituals ever could. I desire not only to walk through the doorway of your residence, but to dwell intimately in your heart, engraving my promises upon every wall. I will uproot every fear that has entangled you, dismantling the false narratives that once dictated your emotional responses. When I speak, the cosmos must align, for my voice resonates with authority that cannot be dismissed, summoning universal obedience. I speak plainly, for I want you to live unburdened by confusion, to walk in an authentic freedom that acknowledges my steadfast presence. I want you to hold on to the unshakable hope that your tomorrow shines brightly, not overshadowed by ceaseless struggles. In my presence, you realize that I am profoundly real, more substantial than the fleeting illusions of the physical realm, and that my love is tangibly woven into your day-to-day existence. This is the inheritance I hand to you, a renewed identity, unchained from condemnation, fear, or any bondage formed by past mistakes. If today you perceive my voice, let your faith awaken, stirring from dormancy, ready to seize the breakthroughs I have in store. Claim the strength I have reserved for you, a reservoir that never runs dry, brimming with potential you have yet to discover. It stands ready, my healing for your wounds, my transformation for your heart, my spirit's anointing for your calling. They belong to you at this very instant. Reach out in trust and see them unfold. Disregard the falsehood that insists you must stay shackled to regrets or old habits that appear immovable. Yes, you reside in a world marred by turmoil, but never forget, this world stands conquered by the might of divine love. You are my cherished child, and I have pledged that every tribulation will ultimately yield to your victory. I know the silent tears you have wept, alone in the night, when no one else witnessed the sobs or recognized the depth of your longing. I know the emptiness that sometimes tugs at your heart, that you struggle to name, an ache you try to fill but cannot. That unspoken yearning is your spirit's quest for deeper intimacy with me, the thirst for the fullness of divine closeness. Even if you cannot articulate the source of that void, trust that I designed you to flourish in communion with me, your perfect companion. Sometimes you see life slipping away too quickly, watching loved ones drift, aspirations fade, uncertain if you can hold anything steady. Yet let me reassure you, come to me, to the place where blessings flow ceaselessly like a cool stream in a desert. Allow that living water to cascade over your heart and mind, dissolving despair, refreshing the parts of you parched by disappointment. Your faith, though tested, has not been wasted. My word stands ever potent to resurrect, to fill, to reclaim any territory you thought lost. You opened your heart's door, even if only a little, and I came in willingly, eager to remain, to guard both you and all that matters to you. I intend not to pass through fleetingly, but to establish my presence permanently, fortifying the dwelling place of your life. I will overwhelm you with an outpouring of goodness beyond your wildest dreams, for generosity is woven into my nature. When sorrow drapes itself over your countenance, know that I see every trace of it, that each tear is significant in my eyes. I notice the posture of your lowered head, searching for any glimmer of possibility in what feels like endless night. This is why I extend my hand, calling gently, because I cannot bear to watch you wander aimlessly through valleys devoid of hope. I am your father, abiding close, never far, attuned to the moment you whisper my name in hushed desperation. Sometimes you forget how immediately accessible I am, but the moment you reach out, you find me right there, ready to uplift you. Let us traverse the chambers of your mind together, unraveling each entangled fear, shining light where shadows used to claim territory. Ask yourself, what truly frightens you, and why do you contemplate withdrawing from the life I have graciously set before you? I understand that the world can be cruel, that it can take the precious innocence of childhood dreams and tarnish them with lies and betrayals. As a child, your eyes were full of openness and wonder, eager to explore life's promise, your smile radiating pure trust. Then deception from others, repeated heartbreak, and the erosion of trust gradually dulled that light you once carried with ease. Over time, your laughter seemed to fade, replaced by cautious hope, your willpower sometimes wavering under the strain. It might have appeared that my presence was distant at these points, but in truth, I never withdrew my gaze or withheld my care. I know you fully, from the peaks of your greatest joys to the uncharted valleys of sorrow, each scar on your spirit accounted for. As I assign every star its place and name, so I understand each wound that has ever pricked your heart. We speak the same language of love, a language that resonates beyond spoken words, connecting deeply within the essence of who you are. I know precisely what will comfort you, how a single whisper of reassurance can dispel your most fearful illusions. Let me take your hand, guiding you to a realm of love and dignity, where your name is spoken with reverence, where your worth is recognized and upheld. In that sacred space, every moment of your day is perceived and validated, every struggle seen through the lens of compassion, every victory celebrated. There, your soul finds nourishment and is revived to fulfill the original design I sketched for you long before you were born. Though your physical eyes may not behold it, this realm I speak of is as real as the earth under your feet. The place you occupy in my heart. In my heart, you discover your authentic self, not the persona the world tries to mold, but the self that mirrors my compassion and truth. You are my child, crafted in my image, intended for a purpose beyond measure, equipped with capacities you have yet to uncover. Never forget, in the most glorious expanse of existence, you have a reserved seat that cannot be claimed by another. No tempest or affliction can strip you of that seat. No condemnation or accusation can oust you from your rightful position. That seat is eternally safeguarded within my heart, your everlasting sanctuary, unshakable by even the greatest cosmic upheavals. You are not overcome, no matter how battered you may feel or how many times you have stumbled. I see you standing resilient, fueled by a flicker of hope. Even when life's events suggest otherwise, you hold on to the truths I have whispered, and that unyielding faith channels my supernatural power into your spirit, fortifying your resolve. Nothing can truly conquer you as long as you cling to me, as I am your anchor in every storm, your lighthouse in the darkest nights. Hear my voice tenderly declare, "You are mine," a statement of belonging that renders you unassailable. You are sheltered beneath my watchful care, my sword of truth raised to fend off the lies that attempt to undermine you. Your victories, both small and monumental, are etched into my word, a record of my abiding presence and your unbreakable bond with me. Let my promises reflect the worth and dignity you possess, because they mirror how I see you, cherished, treasured, and indispensable. The fiercest battles often rage within, driven by emotions that fluctuate from dawn to dusk, yet you are not defined by fleeting sentiments. Refuse to measure yourself by the intensity of your conflicts. Rest in my sovereignty, trusting that every burden can be repurposed for good when surrendered. You will not languish in perpetual heartache, for my plans include seasons of restoration and songs of rejoicing. Your loved ones, too, fall under my attentive gaze, and as the days continue, I will open vistas of hope for each one, addressing the hurts that weigh on your collective hearts. Yes, you may feel weary at times, for life sometimes lands blow after blow that tests the core of your endurance. Pain can shroud your path in darkness, leaving you unsure of which way to go or how to move forward. But realize you never travel alone. In the thickest darkness, my hand remains clasped around yours, guiding each trembling step. Fear not, little one, for your heavenly Father will not let you slip from his steadfast grip. Proclaim your trust in me openly, reaffirming that in my arms you reside in perfect security. Never forget that I alone am the healer of your hidden wounds, the supplier for every unmet need, and the guardian of your unfolding future. I watch over both you and those dear to you with love so persistent it transcends your understanding. Even now, my presence encircles you like a protective shield. You approached me with humility, acknowledging your desperate need, and I responded by kindling fresh hope. Allow these words I speak to saturate your mind, displacing the weight of yesterday's troubles and regrets. By walking in faith, you begin to perceive my nearness more vividly, a comfort that pervades even the silent corners of your heart. Though your eyes may fail to see me physically, your spirit can sense the glow of my guidance, each step lit by the soft radiance of my word. Trust that I orchestrate miracles beyond the realm of your vision, both in your personal journey and in your family's narrative. Release the urge to control every outcome, and let me direct your footsteps so that we proceed in harmony along a path woven by love. At the sound of my voice, the chaos of storms diminishes, and waters that were once tumultuous become still and serene. You are cloaked by my safeguarding presence, a sanctuary no harm can truly penetrate. Lay your head to rest with calm assurance, unafraid of the invisible dangers that lurk in the darkness, for my light reigns supreme. Though the world's confusion grows louder, do not let it overpower my gentle call. Remain close, holding fast to the hand that promises security. Daybreak offers a fresh opportunity to learn, to grow, to love anew, free from the burdens of the past that sought to confine you. Consider the words you speak, for they shape not only your perspective, but the atmosphere around you. Let them not serve as reckless swords that wound you or others, for the damage of careless words can reverberate far and wide, harming innocent hearts. Entire households have collapsed under the weight of harsh speech, unraveling the bonds of unity and dissolving trust. Instead, let wisdom govern your tongue. Let encouragement flow from your lips, saturating your surroundings with positivity that nurtures life. When the adversary attempts to persuade you that change is beyond your grasp, that your past is written in stone, recall my proven record of accomplishing the impossible. I specialize in transforming hearts, rewriting destinies, and kindling light in places overshadowed by despair. You are not excluded from this transformative promise. Each new dawn invites you to welcome my intervention into every corner of your life: finances, relationships, emotional well-being. Yes, the path may be steep, but I promise you are not climbing alone. My hand steadies you, my voice counsels you, my spirit invigorates you. I love you unequivocally and perpetually, and I desire only what is best for you, orchestrated in a grander design than your present vantage point can discern. The miracle you long for is fully within my grasp, a reality I can manifest in due time, according to my impeccable wisdom. Reflect on the magnitude of the cost I paid for you, the path to the cross I took not in futility, but to redeem every part of you. My journey through ridicule, agony, and abandonment was for the sake of your wholeness, that you might know life without the oppressive weight of condemnation. You have tasted the bitterness of betrayal inflicted by human hands, but I have absorbed the ultimate suffering to grant you freedom from shame and perpetual guilt. Let the power of my sacrifice broaden your perspective, infusing hope where discouragement once took root, and shining rays of renewal where darkness loomed. Where suffocating depression once overshadowed, now a resolute desire to live with purpose and meaning can flourish. Where guilt once shackled you, discover the unbounded redemption that forgiveness brings, releasing you from the prison of self-condemnation. Show compassion to yourself by embracing my forgiveness, trusting that I have erased every error long ago, rendering them powerless to define you. Offer me your heart afresh, and let my word nourish you as you learn to see the world through the lens of divine truth rather than human cynicism. Step forward boldly, inspiring those around you to do likewise, illustrating how I can radically transform a humble, willing soul. I have prepared lavish spiritual riches for you, treasures of eternal significance that eclipse the fleeting valuables prized by this world. Receive them quietly and modestly, letting gratitude expand your capacity to accept the abundant grace I pour out. Some individuals near you might doubt the profound changes I intend, remaining skeptical about your potential for transformation. Yet soon, your life will serve as living proof, showcasing a metamorphosis so astonishing that even cynics cannot ignore it. They will observe your steady resolve and your consistent grace, marveling at the unwavering joy you maintain. Even when confronted with trials, you will direct them to me, revealing that I am the wellspring of your composure, strength, and the peace that surpasses all comprehension. Surrender your entire heart. Yield it completely without hesitation or fear of judgment, for I see every facet of you with compassion. I will infuse it with joy more robust than sorrow, a joy that remains steadfast despite the storms of circumstance. I will equip you to conquer lingering habits and burdens that have haunted you since childhood, patterns you feared might never release you. You know how heavily these struggles have weighed, but also understand that I have loved you endlessly, even amidst your battles, as I simultaneously invite you into higher realms of victory. You are meant to shine like a beacon for those who still wander in the dark, an illustration of how my will manifests through fragile vessels that surrender. Although accepting such vast spiritual abundance may feel overwhelming, I assure you it is not an illusion but a deeper communion with my heart. Take hold of it, for I created you with resilience, to radiate my love to those around you, to exemplify courage and compassion in a hurting world. Changes lie on the horizon, changes that will ripple through certain parts of your life in ways you cannot yet foresee. They serve my ultimate plan, ushering in rejuvenation, fresh possibilities, and a fortified trust that compels you to cling to me in ways you have never before attempted. I am the essence of your existence, the very breath that animates your spirit. Let me prove I can transform you fully, reshaping the worn edges of your character and empowering you far beyond your previous self. When people who once knew you see the transformation, they will ask, "Who are you now? And what has happened to the person you used to be?" They will be amazed at the depth of your compassion, your resilience, and your clarity. But you will know that every step results from yielding to me. If you could only witness the spiritual wonders I set in motion even now, you would bow in awe, realizing how thoroughly I undertake to remake you. I invite you to humble yourself at the threshold of my love, to open your heart wide to the fullness of my grace, and to remain unshaken as the winds of change blow. I speak these words not to flatter you with hollow compliments or to boost your ego, but to underscore a reality. Your life has immeasurable worth. You are capable of far more than you imagine, because when my power converges with your faith, the limits you've known dissolve. My favor rests upon you like a gentle yet immovable shield, and there are no ceilings to what I can accomplish through a vessel willing to believe and obey. I am the origin of your every breath, the sustaining force in every tick of your heartbeat, the companion through every fleeting moment. Dare to believe, push through the doubts that clamor for attention, and you will witness the redefinition of your story by the unstoppable currents of my mercy and might. Notice the wave of comfort that stirs within your soul, a gentle surge that dislodges the heaviness from your chest. Allow it to flow throughout your entire being, relaxing stiff shoulders, calming anxious thoughts, and reigniting a spark of hope in weary eyes. Breathe out all that burdens you, yesterday's pain, the regret that clings, the silent fears about tomorrow, and inhale the calm I extend, a calm that quiets turmoil. I lift the weight you have carried for so long, the load that once seemed inseparable from your identity, freeing you to stand a little straighter and smile a little brighter. Your steps now feel lighter, infused with an energy that replaces dread with expectancy, with the promise that each new endeavor can be approached with renewed optimism. Rise and advance onward. Do not yield to the notion of giving up or turning back, for you stand at the threshold of a breakthrough that can change the course of your life. Although tempests howl and fierce gusts threaten to topple you, although waves rage mightily, you will endure, sheltered under the protective canopy of my grace. I truly comprehend pain in all its layers, physical, emotional, and spiritual, and I recognize betrayal's sting when it comes from those entrusted with your heart. I know precisely what it is to be wounded to the core by those you once counted on, to see trust shattered by deception. Therefore, believe me when I say I see you. I see the tears that fall in secret, the silent sighs you release when words fail, the fervent prayers you whisper in solitude. I will never reprimand you for moments of weakness. My compassion flows like a mighty river, eager to uphold and soothe. In me, condemnation finds no residence. I extend instead a hand of help, a gentleness that refuses to discard you in your most frail states. Let my radiant light chase away every lingering shadow, for the night that once enveloped you has reached its conclusion, giving way to a dawn of renewed hope. All the negativity that once whispered in your ear can no longer imprison you unless you allow it. Stand firm in the knowledge of your freedom. If unsettling thoughts attempt to reclaim their ground, speak my name, for in doing so, you recall you are secure in a love that does not waver. Stay anchored in my promises, which provide a steady rudder when life's seas grow turbulent. On this day, I release into you a fresh infusion of joy, an awakening of faith that widens your vision, revealing possibilities on horizons you scarcely dared to dream about. I reignite hope within you, tethering it to my unchanging truth, so it will not blow away in the winds of adversity. I plant within you a dream so vivid and compelling that it propels you past any dismissive words or skeptical voices that attempt to stifle it. Do not invest your energy arguing with those who choose cynicism, for some hearts remain closed by their own volition. Your mission is not to wrestle them into belief, but to shine your light so that they might be curious and drawn toward the warmth of your testimony. Those who ridicule have set their course, but you have chosen a path of blessing and ultimate victory. A kingdom journey that ends not in defeat, but in everlasting triumph. When loneliness tugs at you, threatening to pull you into a cavern of despair, recall that I vowed never to leave you to face the darkness alone. At the proper time, I will bring people into your life, friends and companions, who uplift your spirit and walk in harmony with the vision I have given you. Until that day arrives, cling to the truth of your inherent worth, the beauty I see in you, and the unique purpose I have fashioned for you. I focus my tender attention on every nuance of who you are, intimately aware of each need, each desire, and each sorrow. Soon, you will find that the blessings you long for have already been prepared and are on their way, waiting for the moment that aligns with my flawless timing. I am never late, nor am I ever caught off guard. My precision is unmatched, orchestrating even the waiting seasons to refine and perfect your heart. Yes, the wait can stretch your patience, especially when doubt stirs scenarios of what might happen if things do not go as planned. Yet I implore you to cease the torment of what-ifs, for your worrying produces no fruit and only exhausts your spirit. I have already framed a plan to accomplish the miraculous in your life, to manifest wonders that your fears told you were impossible. Entrust your concerns to me, for it is never my will that you be weighed down by dread or anxiety. Lift your head, keep your gaze fixed upon my unwavering love, and watch how the shadows recede as light dawns. If panic arises like a sudden storm, do not be intimidated, but face it head-on with the authority I have placed within you. Announce boldly that terror shall not govern you, that fear has no rightful claim on a heart sealed in my steadfast peace. Affirm your trust in the one who cleaved waters to form a path of deliverance, who healed the broken, and who conquered even the finality of death. Observe how dread dissipates, how mental clarity reemerges, and how your heart gradually regains its capacity to rejoice. You are free to cherish the simple delights of life, to embrace laughter, beauty, and the gifts scattered throughout your daily routine. I do not require you to walk in perpetual sorrow, convinced that unrelenting sadness is somehow holier, for I created you to experience joy as well. Though difficulties are real, my presence guarantees a refuge of reassurance, a sanctuary where your faith can flourish despite pressing troubles. My gentle whispers will guide you, nudging you forward or urging you to wait, ensuring you make choices aligned with my perfect plan. Feel my hand resting softly upon your shoulder, an affirmation that I stand near, ready to strengthen and guide you. When adversaries loom on the horizon, you will unearth reservoirs of courage previously unknown, discovering that you do not shatter under pressure. Instead, witness how I can turn even the weapons forged against you into stones for building a higher vantage point, elevating you to new realms of insight. Press on, always believing in the power at work within you, never allowing cynicism to snuff out the flame of hope. Keep your soul receptive to my voice, open to my instructions that direct you toward the best and most secure paths. Return continually to the bedrock of my scriptures, where my heart is fully revealed, where each promise resonates with my love. Let these truths dwell richly in your heart, so that no matter what storms come, you possess the tools to persevere. You have come this far. Do not succumb to the temptation of surrendering when you stand on the brink of revelation and breakthrough. I long for you to stand in unshakable confidence, assured that my arms are the safest place you could ever abide. I speak these words to stoke the embers of faith within you, to fan them into a flame no adversity can quench. Breathe in my presence, dear child, allowing it to permeate every corner of your being with the unstoppable force of hope. My love remains as unmovable as the highest mountain, shielding you from the hailstorms of doubt. Remind yourself of the countless times I rescued you from danger, turning despair into triumph and preserving your life against impossible odds. Recall the tears I have wiped from your eyes, the narrow escapes that could only have been orchestrated by my hand, the burdens lifted when you thought you would carry them forever. I am with you today as well, a shield that encircles you, a fortress that cannot be breached, a steadfast ally who refuses to leave. There is no need to drag along the baggage of old failures, for my mercy stands ready to overshadow them, offering a fresh start every single day. Focus instead on the path ahead, the future victories I have in store, the testimonies yet to be crafted from your life. Do not let fear shrink your dreams into manageable human proportions, for I invite you to dream expansively, leaning into the magnitude of what I can do. Be bold, for the courage you seek lies in abiding in me, not in your own grit or determination. Take a moment to marvel at all you have already survived, the valleys that seemed bottomless, the challenges that loomed like insurmountable giants. Contemplate how you still stand, how you somehow mustered enough strength to press forward, a testament that it was my sustaining power undergirding each step. People may attribute such endurance to luck or personal skill, yet my faithful hand was always the guiding force, though often unacknowledged. Remind yourself that you are courageous indeed, for you have already confronted trials that would have broken many, and still you rise. Keep trusting me, remembering that from your limited perspective, it can seem like problems spring up relentlessly. But in that very space, guard what you allow into your ears. Dismiss the enemy's accusations that project doom and hopelessness. Let my words echo within, affirming that you are cherished, chosen, and loved beyond human comprehension. Your destiny was written in my heart long before I formed the earth, before the foundations of the mountains were laid. I behold more than your current turmoil. I see the intricate tapestry of redemption and grace I am weaving through your life. My child, persevere through the might of my spirit, for with divine empowerment, you become an unstoppable force for good. You have already felt me sustaining you in your darkest nightmares, cradling your heart when anxiety threatened to overwhelm. I continue working behind the curtain, aligning everything for your ultimate benefit. Even when circumstances seem contradictory or random, refuse to yield to the pull of despair. Your story is far from finished, and its last chapter is a masterpiece of restoration and glory. Open your heart entirely, releasing bitterness and resentment that harm you from within, letting me plant seeds of compassion and forgiveness in their place. Do not permit negativity to settle in your soul, for you are too valuable to be a host for such poisons. Rise each morning resolved to honor me, to exhibit gentleness, and to radiate kindness in a world hungering for genuine care. Every faith-driven step you take reverberates into eternity, touching lives you may never personally encounter. I have never lost sight of you, not once, even when you could not sense my presence. Before you could speak your first word, I adored you, labeling you with a dignity no one can revoke. I have watched over you through confusing crossroads and silent nights of questioning, preserving your breath moment by moment. I see the conflict swirling within your mind and whisper, "Peace, be still," commanding turmoil to bow to my authority. Your tears matter profoundly to me, but they do not define you, for your identity is established in my love, not in your afflictions. Joy is your rightful heritage, a gift I bestow that invites you to walk through life with expectancy of my goodness. Lift your face again, let hope rise within, even if tears continue to flow, because not a single one is wasted. Each tear waters the seeds of future breakthroughs, preparing the soil of your heart for miracles yet unseen. In the stillness of your heart, my spirit continues to speak softly, reminding you that you are never abandoned or orphaned in this complex world. My protective wall encircles you, forming a barrier no darkness can breach, while blessings follow like a gentle tide that never recedes. No depth of night is too dense for my light to pierce, no guilt so towering that my mercy cannot dissolve it into nothingness. I shape your future with love that surpasses earthly comprehension, charting a course designed specifically for your gifts and personality. Declare these truths daily, letting them shape your internal dialogue, and speak them over your home, forging an atmosphere of faith and positivity. Proclaim that you are triumphant, endowed with inner strength, reflecting my glory in all that you undertake. Align your words with how I see you, redeemed, radiant, and called, so that your environment begins to mirror the possibilities I have set forth. Gradually, you will observe these declarations reshaping your experiences. Hearts once hardened will soften, old wounds will begin to mend, and stories once steeped in hopelessness will find redemption. Cling to these truths when disappointments appear, for they inevitably will, but they are never the final stanza of your journey. Even if you experience the sting of failure, trust that I can draw beauty out of ashes, forging triumph from the embers of disaster. Approach me with candor, never fearing that I will reject your honesty, no matter how raw or unrefined your feelings may be. Place every burden before me. I will replace the heaviness with my comforting grace, lifting what you were never meant to bear alone. In every season, continue coming closer, praying with expectancy, for my heart is to lavish good gifts on my cherished children. Ask and you will receive, maybe not always in the manner you anticipate, but in ways that surpass your hopes. Seek me wholeheartedly, and you will uncover facets of my heart, deeper wisdom, and revelations of truth beyond what you dared to believe were possible. Knock, and doors you presumed sealed forever will swing wide, inviting you into territories once unimaginable. Walk through them boldly, confident that I go before you, leading you to pastures of peace and quiet waters of rest. Always remember your identity, my beloved creation, fashioned with care and intricately woven with purpose and destiny in mind. Do not let any lie or harsh voice diminish you or make you question your place in my unfolding plan. You are a masterpiece of my creativity, an expression of my limitless power and affection, shaped with the precision of an artist. I see the mixture of strengths and frailties in you, the longings and hidden gifts that have yet to bloom. Nothing about you is overlooked in my sight, and no ordeal you have faced remains without redemption in my hands. Even your scars narrate a redemptive tale of how my sustaining grace has preserved you through the storms. Allow my love to dictate how you perceive yourself, anchoring your sense of worth not in human validation, but in my unwavering acceptance. Others might label you as broken, insufficient, or unworthy, but only my judgment truly matters, and I say you are precious and uniquely purposed. I call you my dear heir, a citizen of my everlasting kingdom, the object of my unending affection. Stand upright in that truth. Lift your head, knowing you carry my name, and I stand as your eternal ally. Come closer now, dear one. Breathe in the rhythm of my heartbeat, each thump echoing mercy, each inhalation reminding you of acceptance and belonging. I am captivated by you, not because you meet any standard of perfection, but because my love for you is without limit, surpassing every human boundary. I long for you to trust me anew, to place every concern and every care at my feet, letting your heart settle in the comfort of my generosity. Cease striving under your own power, for such relentless toil depletes your spirit. Step under the gentle flow of my spirit, where my strength replaces your weakness, ensuring you do not collapse under life's demands. Though the world around you spins in a blur of chaos, you can remain in an unshakable calm, a calm rooted in my steadfast presence. You can discover a stillness that transcends external trials, anchored in a trust that I hold your future secure. Storms will inevitably arise, the winds of adversity blow on all, but cling to me like a young child clings to their parent, certain of protection. No matter how menacing the tempest appears, you remain sheltered in my arms, safe from ultimate harm. Each morning, a renewed measure of mercy awaits you, a mercy that covers the shortcomings of yesterday and presents a clean page for today's story. Each dawn, I offer you a fresh outpouring of grace, a sustaining power that fuels your perseverance. Cling to that promise, letting it shape how you greet each new day with hope instead of dread. Discard the failures or regrets of yesterday like worn-out garments, for I have already forgiven you, erasing them from my memory. Instead, raise your eyes to the limitless possibilities of the present. How can you act as a vessel of love in someone else's life today? How can you lend a listening ear or a kind gesture, becoming a source of comfort for someone silently battling unseen struggles? As you extend compassion, your awareness of my presence will intensify, solidifying our bond in ways that fill every moment with divine significance. Do not permit guilt to lock your lips into silence. Remember that my son's sacrifice shattered the hold of sin and condemnation. When shame tries to resurface, remind yourself that I paid your debt in full, stamping it with a verdict of forgiven. You walk in a liberty purchased by sacred blood, a liberty that grants your soul the capacity to soar upward into new heights of hope. In that freedom, your spirit can find repeated renewal, shedding layers of despair and stepping into brighter expanses of possibility. Speak hope over yourself, over the areas of your life that feel barren, over the dreams you fear are dormant or defunct. The moments you feel powerless are the exact instances when my divine power reveals itself most vividly, turning your weaknesses into channels of grace. Your perceived frailties, when surrendered to me, become the very platforms from which my strength shines most brightly. Live with boldness, for the one who resurrects the dead, splits oceans, and calms raging storms, is the same one who dwells within you. With me, no mountain is too high and no valley is too deep for you to traverse successfully. Pause in gratitude to commemorate even small steps of advancement, for every forward movement represents progress, and even a stumble can teach valuable lesson. I continually call you onward. Do not be overly critical of yourself, for growth is an unfolding process, and I celebrate each stage of your journey. I am not an idle observer. I am intimately active, guiding your steps, providing the courage you need at each twist and turn. Your troubles do not disqualify you from my affection or my plans. My grace knows no bounds, extending ceaselessly to lift you up. Keep trusting me consistently, and keep believing that through every trial, I am shaping and refining you into a masterpiece reflecting my goodness. Hold on to the vision I placed within your heart, recalling that each desire I seed in you is crafted with meticulous intention. Follow my lead, even if it means releasing old patterns, letting go of comforts that no longer serve your spiritual growth. Change can be unsettling, but realize I walk before you, clearing obstacles and paving a route aligned with your destiny. Surrender your timeline to me, acknowledging that I perceive the bigger picture from a vantage you cannot access. My plan exceeds your limited foresight, and my timing is flawless, orchestrating every event with divine precision. You will see in hindsight how each delay, each reroute had a purpose that weaved into an intricate tapestry of growth, wisdom, and deeper intimacy with me. Walk with joy as your companion, not superficial giddiness, but an abiding delight rooted in the knowledge that I love you eternally. Laugh wholeheartedly, releasing tension from your spirit, because a cheerful heart acts like a medicine for weary souls. Worship deeply, immersing yourself in reverent awe that connects you to the boundless wonder of my presence. Create beauty using the talents I have placed within you, for creativity mirrors my nature and draws others into glimpses of divine love. Let a sparkle dance in your eyes, an outward sign of the abundant life I embed in your heart, illuminating the world around you. Although sorrow may visit for a season, it will not remain forever, for my joy inevitably prevails, even if you must endure nights of weeping. Even if tears blur your vision, remind yourself that hope cannot be extinguished by momentary affliction. I collect each tear, acknowledging them as part of your story, and I will use them to water future harvests of blessing and triumph. You are never cast away from my grace. Past sins, ongoing doubts, or future anxieties cannot sever you from my love. I see in you potential magnitudes above what you can perceive. I see hidden strengths waiting for the right moment to blossom. Observe how I transform your adversities into stones upon which you ascend. How I take your minimal resources and multiply them extravagantly. Note how I awaken the dormant seeds you long forgot you sowed, nurturing them into a plentiful harvest that will astound you. Embrace the journey with all its detours, for each bend in the road reveals more of my character, drawing you deeper into trust. The result will surpass your grandest visions, your mind unable to contain the goodness I am poised to release. There is no need to be distressed by how others perceive you, for my approval is already a crown you wear. Walk with calm assurance, unembarrassed by your uniqueness, for I formed your traits intentionally to reflect aspects of my multifaceted nature. My imprint rests upon your very being. Though the world may judge by fleeting measures, your value is anchored in my eternal perspective. Stand strong and fearless, for I accompany you through every trial, every confrontation, every unknown territory. Pause now and let your spirit breathe, inhaling my serenity, exhaling the fear that tries to tighten its grip on your lungs. Do you sense hope awakening within, a stirring that defies your circumstances? That hope is my gift to you, a lifeline tethering your spirit to the certainty of my goodness. Continue allowing my words to reverberate, diving deeper than your fleeting anxieties, rooting themselves in the bedrock of your identity. Let them overshadow every negative voice, supplant every insecurity, and quell every tremor of doubt. Each truth you adopt builds a fortress within your mind, safeguarding you from deception and discouragement. Fix your contemplation on who I am, the God who remains unchanging amidst fluctuating times, whose love withstands every trial humanity endures. Yes, you might stumble, losing your footing briefly, but I stand ready to lift you, steadying your feet upon firm ground. Your heartbreak and confusion do not erode my devotion. My purpose for you stands unmoved through every twist of fate. I vowed to complete the good work I began in you, refusing to abandon the transformative process halfway. Let this promise be the refrain of each morning and the reflection of each night, renewing your resolve and bathing your mind in confidence. Should you momentarily falter, I am here without condemnation, helping you regain balance again and again. Take one more step, beloved, never losing sight of the horizon bright with my promises. With me, redemption touches every broken thing, turning ashes into splendor, resurrecting what seemed lost beyond recall. Those family rifts that weigh heavily on your heart can be mended with my wisdom and healing touch, if all parties yield to love's call. Those financial burdens that loom can be alleviated under my guidance, where prudence and grace merge to provide solutions. That deep ache in your heart can be assuaged by my presence, which speaks comfort in the recesses of your spirit where words fail. Simply keep your heart open and pliable, never underestimating the wonders I can perform on your behalf. As you gaze at yourself in the mirror, whisper words of life, words that echo my affirmations. You are chosen, beloved, forgiven, brimming with purposeful potential. Allow your voice to echo my declarations, forming a tapestry of confidence that rests on my truth instead of human pride. You will witness obstacles disintegrate, relationships undergo restoration, and hope flourish in places you once deemed lifeless. I urge you to keep living with divine anticipation, an expectancy that draws miracles into your reality. I honor the faith that prays, "Father, let your will be done," even when visible evidence takes time to surface. In my realm, faith releases blessings, unraveling doors once sealed, summoning answers once withheld. You are learning to trust not just my capability to solve problems, but the depths of my heart that hold unparalleled love for you. Recognize I am more than a remedy or a quick fix. I am your dearest companion, your flawless guide, your safe haven. Depend on me and watch my grace prove sufficient for every chapter, whether it brings triumph or adversity. Yes, disappointment will come, but I will harness even those painful moments to refine you, draw you closer, and expand your empathy for others. My kindness, gentleness, and paternal care shelter you in every scenario, leaving no room for the despair that tries to creep in. Wait for me in faith, and I assure you, you will never be subjected to ultimate disgrace. On this day, let your heart remain fully persuaded of your belovedness, that you are dear to me beyond all measure. Let your spirit rest in the certainty that I take immeasurable delight in you, individually, not for what you do, but for who you are. I, who fashion stars and galaxies, also take pleasure in the details of your life, caring deeply about even your smallest anxieties. Never doubt the magnitude of your significance. Resist seeking acceptance in places that cannot possibly fulfill your deepest need. In my embrace, you find the affirmation and love you yearn for, the completeness that dispels insecurity. Let these words remain embedded within you, forming a melody of truth when the chaos of life crescendos, a lullaby when night hushes your surroundings, and a dawn anthem that motivates your morning. I continue to speak over you. You belong to me, my treasured possession, a living reflection of my grace and power. I will never abandon you. I have inscribed your name upon my heart with the indelible ink of love. I love you, and I work ceaselessly for your ultimate good, orchestrating even the twists of life into a story of redemption. May your faith deepen its roots, anchoring in my unchanging nature. May your hope flourish, branching out into every corner of your life, and may your love expand to touch souls beyond your immediate circle. Keep your eyes wide open to behold the wonders I have planned for your journey, for you will see them revealed in the unfolding chapters ahead. Take my hand, walk with me, and watch how each puzzle piece slides perfectly into a design more awe-inspiring than any you could devise alone. Let peace descend upon your soul, lifting every trace of restlessness or dread, reminding you that I am in control. Embrace this invitation to remain close to me every day, to cultivate an ongoing awareness of my presence, which saturates even your mundane tasks with purpose. In my nearness, you will continually uncover deeper layers of my love, my grace, and the miraculous power I enjoy bestowing. Breathe my tranquility in moments of crisis. Ingest my word as a lamp to steer you clear of the hidden snares. When you stumble, do not retreat in shame or self-condemnation. Lift your gaze to me, and I will stabilize you once again. Allow every instant to become a conversation with me, a living prayer that transforms not just your darkest hours, but everything in between, into a tapestry of grace. You are cherished beyond words, held securely in my everlasting arms, safe even when the storms rage at their fiercest. Keep these truths near to your heart, no matter what shifts around you. I am here, enveloping you in love, reminding you of your inherent worth and potential. You are safe, whole, and more than a conqueror through the unstoppable force of my power within you. I promise that my goodness and mercy will trail you throughout your life's journey, ensuring a final destination of joyous communion with me forever. I implore you to seek me sincerely, passionately, because I have remarkable plans specifically crafted for you. There is so much more awaiting your discovery. far beyond your loftiest dreams or imagination. I have prepared a course uniquely designed for your qualities, experiences, and longings, a path that will lead you into unimaginable fulfillment. When the time is perfect, you will walk into the fullness of that destiny, not by your own merit, but because I chose to lavish my love on you. Let my words settle deep in your spirit, infusing every unwatered dream with life and sowing seeds of fresh vision in the soil of your heart. I take pleasure in you for listening, for opening your soul to receive this message, for allowing it to echo in your inner being. Continue to treasure it, meditate on it, and let it serve as a compass for the decisions you face, large and small. Walk behind me wherever I lead, trusting that my vantage point sees pitfalls and blessings you cannot perceive. Let my voice outrank the world's clamor, a world that often confuses volume with truth, chasing illusions that leave hearts empty. My wisdom penetrates the pandemonium, guiding you to a calm harbor of intention and meaning. Nurture the bond we share, investing time and earnestness into our conversation, never doubting my unwavering commitment to your welfare. I summon you, my precious child, to venture deeper. Plant your roots more firmly in the fertile ground of my everlasting love. I long to show you realms of grace you have yet to glimpse, layers of mercy that can restore your soul in unimaginable ways. Allow my tenderness to ease the raw places in your spirit, loosening the knots of pain that seem too tight to untangle. Set aside preconceived notions and limitations, giving me room to surprise you with how my plan can unify everything you feared was shattered. Live with an expectation of blessing, not overshadowed by calamity, as if your hope stands on the brink of disappointment. Envision yourself as I do, redeemed, cleansed, vibrant, with the light of my presence radiating from within. I am your God, your loving Father, affirming with unwavering resolve that you belong to me eternally. Surrender to my love daily, walk humbly and with faith, and watch as I elevate you beyond every challenge that dares to stand in your way. Now step forward, brimming with renewed confidence, carrying a torch of hope that glows from within, offering its light to others who navigate dark places. Never let the memory of my love fade, because it is enduring, unwavering, and bound to you in a covenant that cannot be broken. If these words resonate deeply in your soul, remain connected, continue growing, let each new dawn find you more certain of my presence. My cherished child, as our time together draws to a close, know that my love and guidance are everlasting. Before you step away, carry these sacred words in your heart. Subscribe, share, and return to this divine sanctuary. Each visit renews your spirit and deepens your journey with me. Let my voice be your constant companion, lighting your path through every trial and triumph. Remember, you are never alone. My grace awaits you with every new dawn. Join this eternal fellowship and let our communion of hope and transformation continue, today and always. Amen.